So, what happens when you have this amazing first date and you're like, oh my gosh, this is completely aligned, this is awesome, and then it doesn't go anywhere? Like, you're like, wait, we had an amazing first date, total alignment. You're asking intentional questions, you're being intentional. This is what I'm about, right? I'm Jackie Loor, love and dating coach. I found my husband using my dating method that I created. And how did I do it? I was a freaking dating ninja, right? And so in the first hour, I asked real questions to see if we're aligned. And so I've seen this happen where women are going on dates and they're like, this is an amazing first date. And then you're expecting like another second date and it doesn't happen. You're like, why didn't I get a second date? So if you're having a hard time getting a second date, this episode's for you, okay? And I think that if you're dating somebody and you feel like it's going to go somewhere and it completely fails, this is for you too. Okay. Um, Number one, first things first. Okay. Pay attention to how you are feeling, how you're reacting. If you are feeling like, oh my gosh, this person, what the hell? Like if you're upset, if you find yourself crying, if you find yourself like really sad, feeling like very anxious, this is such an important opportunity for you to be like, wait, why am I feeling like this? Because if you felt like you are worthy of an amazing, ideal, like partner, teammate who only helps you shine brighter in this world, that is all these wonderful things, right? If you believe that you're worthy of that, and if you have unwavering faith that it exists, then this person that you went on a date with, it went well, but he ends up not following through, not calling you, not asking you for a second date, then you wouldn't even give a crap. You wouldn't give a shit. Like, let's just say it like it is, right? And so this is where I'm like, if you are being really affected by how you're him showing up or not showing up for you, that means what? You either don't believe you're worthy of anything better, or you're scared that nothing else better exists. There's a scarcity mindset there. They're like, oh my gosh, there's nobody else out there, I'm going to die alone. And so this is an opportunity for you to take a step back and see, how are you really feeling, right? Because if deep down you don't believe, if you don't have unwavering faith that anything else exists for you, then guess what? You're not going to attract what you really want. Okay, so if you're walking around in this energy of, I don't know if I really believe anything else exists for me, then your frequency, what you are emitting from yourself, is very low. Okay, so even if you're a happy person, understand something. You could be a happy person and be like, oh my gosh, I'm enjoying my life. Awesome. But like, if you deep down want to find a partner, right? But if you don't believe it exists, if you don't know it exists, if you don't have that unwavering faith, then you're not going to attract it. You're not going to find it. You know, the night I found Will, I wasn't looking for him. I knew without a shadow of a doubt, I knew that this is what I want. I wrote it down. I believed it, that I was worthy of it. And I had this deep knowing that like God truly gave me that aha moment that night that I hit rock bottom. I was like, this exists for me. And I know how to navigate my life to find it, to just make space to receive it, by the way. I wasn't even looking for it. And so, like, when somebody disappointed me, because right before Will, I dated some guy, and, you know, he was all these wonderful things that I would want. But there's one thing that he didn't want. Like, there's one thing that wasn't aligned, was that he didn't want a commitment. He was focused on his career. And so, did I get sad? Of course. Hello, we're human, right? It's totally normal. And I got sad, but then I was like, wait a second. Yeah, this is sad, but I'm not. I know that all the things are coming, and it only gets better. Like if you really start to lean into the universe and like, oh my gosh, God, universe, has my back and wants give me all the things that I want. Like if you believe in abundance and all these things, because like this is what I'm about. And I start to realize, why am I limiting myself? Why am I settling? Why am I just going with the flow? When I start to get really intentional and really open my eyes to what is possible for me, and I chose to believe that it exists, I just decided like, no more am I going to just settle. I will actually be so intentional and fearless. You guys, that is a vibe. Like that's a whole different frequency when you start being fearless. So when someone rejects you, and basically him not following up with a second date, or his actions not aligning with his words, like he might have a great first date, but if he doesn't follow through and consistently communicate to you, then that's on his ass. You don't want a partner like that. You don't want a partner that's not emotionally available. And so I want you to like just lean into, you are being intentional. You're looking at the things, the qualities that you want, and him not showing up for you, that's not what you want. That's not aligned to your ideal forever partner. So I want you to say bye-bye to him. Even though he's the one that hasn't called you for the second date, I want you to be the one like, and we're done. Like this is a half-ass bullshit and don't tolerate it. I want you to decide that for yourself. So I don't want you to live in that space of, oh my God, we had this amazing first date. It was like perfect. And then like, I don't know what happened. This is awful. Oh my God. Because that's giving victim. That's giving like you're blindsided. Whereas instead you could be like, wait, what did I miss? Like, what did I not ask? What happened there? This is what I do with my clients, you guys. This is literally like where I am asking them, like, what did you ask? How did it go down? What did he say? What did you say? Okay, I'm like, right there, you could have asked right there that. Oh my gosh, you should have been in my ear. Like my clients have always said that, like, oh my gosh, I should have asked that. I never thought of that. So these are things that I feel like we're just going with the flow. You're going on a date, you think it's great, but is it really? Like, was it really that great if you're not getting a second date? This is where there's space for growth. There's space for improvement. There's space for like, wait a second, I can find out more things here, right? And so this is where I want you to stop and learn and be like, oh shit, I have been super upset that I haven't been getting second dates and I've been feeling a type of way. And no shame in that. You're freaking human. But I want you to know that there's work to be done. Like you can do some inner work where you can lean into, how can I grow my faith in like what is possible for me? And then you walk with that conviction of, yes, like God, universe wants me to have everything I want and it exists. And this person's not aligned. So bye. And then take your power back. Don't just walk around powerless and be like, oh my gosh, because the more you start to lean into like, oh my gosh, look what happened. And you're telling everybody how it was so perfect and now you're left alone. And oh my gosh, like this is your sad story. This is the narrative. And the more you live in that energy, the more you will attract the same story. And guess what? The next person that you match with and date, oh my God, again, another second, I never get a second date. Like this is your story now. So I want you to stop that pattern. I want you to break out of it. And I want you to be like, oh, okay, no. Let me reframe this. These things are working out for me. This person is not calling me, not asking for a second date. That's not what I want. Like I thought he was all these things because he said that, but then his actions are not aligning. Ew, we don't want that. Are you hearing this? I hope this lands. Do not settle. This is the holiday season. I want you to like just truly finish this year feeling empowered, feeling like, yes, I'm making space to receive my forever amazing partner. It exists. People are finding it. Jackie's found it. Her clients are finding it. You're listening to this podcast for a reason. I want you to feel that. Do not settle. Do not give up. If this is something that you really want, create the space to receive it. Thank you for listening. And remember, it has to be crazy love or nothing. Until next time.